Yes, sir. You already know what it is, what it was. We're going to be like this big dog DJ Big House checking in this thing, broadcasting live from the playground, you know, with my dog HB Heartbeatz, and it's still, man, if you ain't got no heartbeat,
you flatlined.
You dig that, goddamn. And we got some of our player partners in the room, you know what I'm talking about. Some of the hero boys in this building. The Pro Mob way, you feel me? The Broadway joined this junk, you know what I'm talking about.
Mama favorite cripple, you understand? Mr. Country Boy Cole.
What you know about it, man? Yeah, that way. And I got my dog, the merch man in here, Jaeger, the merch man that is.
Yes,
you dig
sir.
that?
Merch man, yeah, that's me.
Yes,
you dig that? Yeah,
get all our clothes in.
All that there. Yeah, the hero way.
Right now, everybody got on.
Yeah,
you feel me?
And it's really going live, man. Another week, man. What has been going on with y'all boys, man?
Sports. You already know, man. Glued to it. You know, putting them tickets in.
Okay, then.
Yes, sir.
I see some people winning big betting against Colorado last week.
Yeah, they covered the spread, didn't we? And that was a good game. It was a good game.
Game. Straight good game.
I mean,
them boys balled
the first quarter, I thought it was.
You thought it was over with. You thought it was over with.
Caleb Williams was just getting it in the first.
Pull that by you.
Like you can't make no discrepancies about Caleb Williams and that Heisman.
That's why he.
But Shador put his foot back in it. With that performance,
and that defense started stepping on them boys too, man.
Defense got real. Hold up.
I ain't get to see it. I was in sessions all day Saturday.
Yeah, but that was a fourth quarter Wayne.
Definitely.
You know what I'm talking about? They second half across the board. They second half has been strong as shit.
They've been strong.
Oh yeah,
they been real strong.
They're second half team for sure.
It's like they got to feel them out in the first half.
On their ass in the locker room.
Come out from after halftime after Dion done put them 3 toes in their ass and he done went ahead and got it in.
Well, that's where the coaching come into at college. You know, you gotta have that coaching with that talent
real
in college. If you ain't got that coaching, then you gotta make them adjustments second half.
Mm-hmm.
That's that Bill Belichick thing, man. It's a second half type of game, man.
So what, they 1-2 right now?
Yeah.
No. They 3-2.
3-2. Oh yeah, because they won their first 3 and lost their last 2.
Yeah. Because they broke history being the first time,
and then they beat somebody else. And then they won against
Colorado State.
They beat Colorado State.
Yeah. So they ain't doing too bad.
Yeah. They went into ranking and then fell out of ranking when they lost.
Because that was what they say, a shellac.
Yeah, that was a
shellacking
ass whooping. That's what that was.
Do y'all think that it's just Deion, or do you think that if other celebrities get associated with these teams like that?
Nah, Deion really love coaching.
Yeah,
Deion really love coaching.
He been doing this since high school. He did.
I know, but I'm saying, like, let's say, like, if you have Michael Jordan come and coach a team, you know what I'm saying? Like, the other greats in other sports.
Ed Reed was the head coach in waiting for a HBCU, just like Deion went to a HBCU.
But
Ed Reed. So he used to be a safety for the Ravens. Baltimore all day long.
He messed up with his mouth.
But so that's what I was about to say. Where Deion fits in this really close to the internet and broadcasting world is he know how to talk.
Right.
And talk that talk without crossing that line that televisions and broadcasts wouldn't want you to cross. And because Ed Reed is such a big face with him, when he popped off, a lot of people agreed. But the people who didn't want that kind of stuff to be popped off that kind of way was like, nah, bro, you're gonna be trouble in the future.
You're gonna be trouble.
Like if we let you keep on, like if we don't step on you now, like you gonna pose a problem later. But where Deion can still say the same thing as Ed Reed was saying, he is just more
eloquent with it.
Right. He is more smooth with his words, so they gotta be like, okay, we respect that. You know,
and if
like
you notice,
can't say nothing about that.
Now since Deion been in Colorado, he been getting way more endorsements.
That's a big P5.
It's a big P5 because when he was at the HBCU, you only seen the Aflac.
That was it.
Now,
the Aflac.
Now you got the Aflac, KFC. What he got about
the almond commercial?
Yeah, the almond commercial. Yeah, he got about 2-3 more on.
And I swear, in every commercial, he get younger. I don't know what's going on. Like, what really real? Like, bro, who's your makeup artist? Because you get younger every single.
I wonder why, like, you see how people use the apps on their phone with the filters. Like, Why you can't do that on camera?
I mean, they can, but I mean, I think they do that to a degree. They do that in post editing, man. They might do as much as they can with his hair, darkening it up. But a lot of that making them young with the lines, taking away creases and all that.
You can see that. You can tell that CGI.
Yeah, they post editing that, especially that almond commercial. That almond commercial made me be like, wait a minute, man, you look like you done went back to 22, Dion. Like your bone structure, the only thing letting us know you old.
You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, it is what it is though. But yeah, they had a good one. It's been a good weekend for football.
Oh yeah,
across the board.
Definitely, the NFL last night, it was a real good game. The Jets and the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I watched that game last night. That game was Zach Wilson got boogie busy last
like
night.
They said, they tailored the offense toward him. They took the thinking out of it for him. He can throw the ball, but he can't think like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gets spooked quick. He starts seeing ghosts and it's over with.
Cause like they were looking at some of the throws he made, like they was some damn good throws. Like he was putting the ball on the spot.
I ain't gonna lie. If it was a quarterback QBR comparison, which I didn't check, I don't think they said it in the first half, but Zach Wilson was beating out Patrick Mahomes as far as QBR went, because Pat threw 2 nasty interceptions. Like he wasn't even paying attention. Like he thought the ball was gonna float a little more than it did.
I gotta interject right here because goddamn, they brought Chris Carr. Y'all know I'm a Saints fan. They brought Carr back in. This man had a 29 QBR, bro. Why y'all gonna bring this man back in and y'all gonna leave Crab Leg on the sideline, man? Well, like, what is y'all doing, man?
Now, to speak on your Saints,
for one pass a peak, like, come on, man.
To speak on your Saints, though, Alvin Kamara didn't have but 61 yards by the end of the third quarter.
But I'm just saying, damn, he ain't been out there for what? 2 minutes?
It's been a while. And then the Buccaneers got some defense.
And then they wanted to keep him out for what? How much? 2. This is what? 4. They wanted him for 2 more games.
2 more games.
Like, come on, man. That's garbage.
That was the division game. Tyler Bowles been sneaky this year. He gonna mess around and win that division. Low key. The Buccaneers gonna win that division.
Hey, look, what's that boy name? The quarterback for them?
Baker Mayfield. He got something to prove.
Yeah.
He got
Baker Mayfield been quiet. Yeah. See, he in the zone.
He
right
got to
now.
be quiet right now.
A lot of people, when they doing good, you see them at the press conferences and you hear them on social media and all that. Baker Mayfield went dark like the Navy SEAL.
Cause that's what his problem up in Cleveland.
You ain't hearing nothing from him. I mean, this is his opportunity, especially superseding Tom Brady after Tom Brady retired.
Yeah,
so, the Jameis Winston experiment, he went back
Young
to
Crab
New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? That experiment happened. But Baker Mayfield got something to prove, man. He been out here trying to just silently assassin everybody, at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, flip side of that, though, we got to go back to my homeboy. We got to go back to Kansas City.
Yeah.
The talk of the town.
Right.
That tie into this here. What is the big whoop about Taylor Swift
and Kelsey?
Ah,
man.
The Swift is our own goal. Hold up. How this man, just she shows up.
Yeah.
His jersey sale goes up 400%.
And he turned into a different person.
He get 400,000.
I was having this conversation the other day. Right?
Hold on. Before you go there, cause I know where you're going.
Yeah.
But is it a downgrade? Because that's been a general talk across it. Is that a downgrade to come from your shawty over here to Taylor Swift?
It depends on what you're talking about downgraded.
Yes and no.
Who was the other girl again?
She's a model.
Yeah, she's a model,
black, right?
Yeah, black model. Yeah. And she had him in his swagger. That's why everybody was rocking on.
He went from the beard to the little porn.
He a real white boy now. Like,
Oh yeah. He had the Farmer John stash.
His hands.
You could tell he had just did it not too long ago too.
He
shaved. That's what I'm saying. You could tell he had just did it. And it was more like I need to fit in where I'm at
Yep.
More than that's why I'm like I'm impartial.
Is that code switching though?
So I think
like
with his position, so if you look at it from a perspective of how we do things in general, right, to make sure we get something accomplished, when we go as artists, and this is my relation to it, I can relate to it on a bunch of levels, but this is the one that I feel like people watching can relate to. If we as artists go somewhere and you see this vibe is this kind of vibe, right, and you didn't come with that vibe loaded in the chamber, it's time to adjust.
True.
You gotta do your job. You know, like you can't just be like, all right, I'm gonna do my thing with the knowledge that doing your thing will be the last time you do your thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
This is an opportunity that's gonna segue to more opportunities, whether you like the segue or not. You know, the segue doesn't have to be fun. It just needs to get you where you're trying to go. Now, with that in mind, Travis Kelce made two decisions. He made a business decision when he decided to make it public.
Yep.
Did he or did the media take it? Cause let's not flex about. We had CNN, ABC,
I think Fox, and I think
everybody went AWOL with that.
She just did a tour on tour, right?
Yep,
so you gotta consider
back and forth with Beyonce.
How she was exposed. Like Broadway said, I think that her PR team was like, we're gonna risk it. Like this will be good for us and him. You know what I'm saying?
Like look at she popping up at every city he go to, in the stadiums he go to.
And she not a very public person.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I don't know if y'all was caught on to their podcast yet. You know what I'm talking about? But
Travis and his brother?
Yeah. Now, they was in there talking about, well, you know, Swift had a little, you know, you had a chance to get at her a while back. Because him and the girl, because let's get that out of the way. Him and old girl been separated for a year and some change. You know what I'm talking about?
So he been out here swinging by himself.
You feel me? So they went to talking about it, and he was like, man, I should have hit that. And then next thing you know, right on key, they, you know what I'm talking about, I made that connection. You feel me? That's why he said it seemed like PR, but at the same time,
when you at that level,
who's the old man? Who's the old man though?
Yeah,
she didn't really have none. You know what I'm talking about?
No, Taylor Swift.
Look, everybody messing up.
Are you saying somebody? Oh, you talking about the dude?
The Kelce brothers.
Yeah,
they got a podcast.
Okay.
But now he just put up on social, man. Everybody, long story, but at the end of it, it was like everybody missed 100% of the shots they don't take. So if it was a personal thing, I mean, hey man, you swing and hit a home run.
This is my only thing. If it is a downgrade, the only people that's talking about it's a downgrade is the most. Here we go. Here we go. I'm finna go ahead and step in this shit. Goddamn, it ain't been nothing but these black girls talking about. Hey, it's a downgrade, bro. It's just a body now. Yes, she did downgrade her body because her body is about as thin as this screen.
Oh yeah,
but at the
as
same
far as
time,
physical attributes go, it was a downgrade. For sure. But monetarily, like we started off this conversation with, my boy done picked up 400% in sales. My boy Jersey, look, the NFL said the last time Taylor Swift was there, Swiftie was here. And then they posted on their Instagram, TikTok and all that, Swiftie is here and posted the date. If the NFL is participating in this fuckery and everybody is getting paid,
it's bringing eyes in.
I don't think it's a problem collecting this bag.
Not finna get that money off this shit, boy.
At the end of the day,
NFL
man,
is about making money.
Currency rules, okay? And nowadays, currency is people talking, and Taylor Swift has a following like Beyonce.
Yes.
So if you gonna include
I would almost go it's a little bit harder and bigger than that.
So apparently, Taylor Swift, I was watching something on the internet the other day.
They wasn't what?
Taylor Swift had a concert at the Seattle football stadium, right? Yeah. Do y'all remember when Marshawn Lynch had that touchdown he ran and they call it the Beastquake because it registered on the Richter scale?
Yeah, sure enough.
All right, so yeah. I know Heartbeatz looking like, what the hell? So basically, he scored a touchdown running over a bunch of folks like a Mack truck, and the crowd got so loud, and because of the way the stadium is created, it was like a tuning fork, and it caused a mini earthquake. They registered on the Richter scale.
Right.
All right, so now fast forward to one of Taylor Swift's concert, and Taylor Swift's concert.
I just heard about that not too long ago. Her concert did that.
Double. It did double. It did. So his registered. Yeah, his registered on the Richter scale. Taylor Swift's doubled what his did for a longer amount of time. Yeah. His peaked out for like so many seconds. Hers was double, and
like
it was
16.
consistent.
I want to say it was like 16 or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
16,
it was a ridiculous amount of time to register on the Richter scale from people.
In
the same exact stadium, same setting, everything. You know, like, and actually the acoustics would be worse when Taylor Swift was there because they had a lot of things in between the sound. They had a lot of props, a lot of up and down where the sound was deadened by things, whereas the football stadium was wide open. It was, I mean, you had nothing to stop the sound. It was shooting straight up and down.
That's loud, bro.
That's loud. That's like the decibel level to do that, which I don't know, but the decibel level to do that probably causes some kind of damage. You know, I'm pretty sure it's some people who left there with a different type of hearing than they went with.
Real
like, that's for real.
Yes, sir. You dig that, man? Talking about, and while we on the subject of these white girls, here we go. I'm in the shit this morning, so I mean, it just
opened the can and was like, let's ride.
You feel me? Goddamn. How y'all feel about Bobby Thorpe? I know I'm telling her name, but the interview girl.
Hey, like Marco, somebody.
Suki Hana
took her to the strip club.
The strip club.
I'm gonna let y'all say what y'all gotta say.
She always is just standing there looking like, I don't know.
I'm gonna say what y'all gotta say. I'm gonna go last.
Somebody had asked Funny Marco. So how you feel about Bobby? I think it was Lil Yachty. He asked Funny Marco, how you feel about Bobby blowing up on you like that? he was like the first one to interview her or something, and like she done took off on like the shot off, like it's crazy,
bro. She just did Offset, goddamn. Now Offset got her together though. I ain't gonna cap it. Now Offset got her together
because he told her Google don't know who you is yet.
You know, baby, I had to go look you up on TikTok.
Yeah, you got to get.
And again, she trying to tell why did you want to interview? Well, I just want to know people. Well, hell, did you want to know me? Not really. That's cap. You know, your people reached out to me. That's cap. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I think she is some sort of segue to something else. Like, I think we're going to see something from her, not necessarily her, but something she's connected to that's going to be bigger because she serves no purpose in the industry.
She's about as weird as Nardwuar.
Narwhal is actually cool. Let me tell you. I said
weird.
Okay,
I didn't say not cool.
But
she's weird, but Narwhal was a little weird too.
Because she, like you say, she's doing the Funny Marco bit. She's doing the sarcasm, just kind of
that's
what I probably should come in.
Funny Marco.
But you can look at it in parallel.
Why ain't Funny Marco getting these interviews though?
Cause he's us.
He's us.
I'm just saying, like you can put 1,000 out. Like Funny Marco,
she is for them. She is for that demographic. So,
yes.
So I
and you know that demographic will eat up faster than us.
And I'm saying though, it's got to be a segue. They gonna eat our culture up. Don't that make you feel like it's a setup then? Like, we all seen a setup.
That feels like a culture vulture. It feels like that.
We seen setup before. This make my spider senses tingle. Like something gonna happen later on down the line that either she was connected to or that she got going on.
Have a good interview where she's like happy and she's like,
no, that's her thing. That's her thing. Again, it is exactly.
She's not being smart.
No. Do you watch? Have you ever watched a Funny Marco interview?
Yeah.
Okay, it is the exact same thing.
But you know where Funny Marco
with a little white girl
parodied there from is Zach Galifianakis, Between the Ferns.
Yep.
Because he started doing the interviews where he was being.
Why did your mic turn to the side?
I have no idea.
Because you turned it. You good?
Well, it's there we go. So Zach Galifianakis had the Between the Ferns interviews where he offended every actor, basically.
True.
Like that was his interview style. Right. Like it was offensive, and Marco ain't quite as offensive, but I mean he breathes irritation.
Yeah.
When he
but Hans does the same. Again, it's the exact same thing.
Is her vibe make you just not even? I don't even know how people sit through that interview.
Me either.
Like I would have already
because it's so cringy though.
Yeah, it's irritating. It's like I feel like it's something wrong here.
Make people watch it though.
And then she digs in too with the weirder and more. I've seen abstract questions, not obscene, abstract questions. Like what you don't know nothing about what's going on. Like, what is you doing? Like,
I wonder what made Suki bring her to the club.
That is the $1 million question. Yes, that's the $1 million question.
She was just sitting there with her arms crossed, looking around, looking crazy. Yeah, like she looked like she was very uncomfortable.
She's always uncomfortable though. You know what I'm talking
Maybe
about?
that is her comfort zone.
And at the same time, she is a mom. You know what I'm talking about? So
then why'd she go? Yeah. Like, why are you taking these PR stunts so far to be that uncomfortable? Like, don't we got some morals or some standards?
No. We might have some morals and standards, but them folk with that check.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like money, right? But you can't make me step on certain stuff, man.
It's always
true.
It's certain stuff I can't step on for a bag.
But if you know,
why she brought her like.
But look, while we talking about this right now, that's the end. We're talking about that.
The bag.
You feel me? And it's gonna bring up. You got
the bag. What would you not do for the bag? Like, I guess that's the question, right? Like, how
did they have an interview? Suki and her?
I hadn't seen it.
More than likely, if she brought her to that,
because I hadn't seen some shit like, man, let's go to the strip club. You can see what I'm talking about. You know, after the interview type shit. Just come, you know.
If they don't come with an interview, it makes the situation even weirder.
That's the reason why
it makes everything that much more like.
Because they all trying two totally different sides of the spectrum.
What are really doing?
Like, what are we trying to accomplish here?
And I'd like to see the interview between them two.
Let me tell you, this is the quintessential old school industry plant situation.
For real though.
Now,
what does an industry plant mean, and what is their purpose?
Somebody that was put in a place.
Because I just heard somebody saying Cardi B was an industry plant.
Yeah, now see that was Kanye. We'll get to that in a second.
I'm trying to see what that's supposed to be.
But it's somebody who's not of the quote unquote culture, who gets placed in here by higher ups, powers to be, shot up to the top for a monetary space, and then once that person has gained X amount of dollars or something, they just fade out, pull them out. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? AKA kind of like a one-hit wonder per se. Yeah. But they done made so much money, so much impact off of this right here, and they do this ever so often. This is the theory behind an industry plan. So that's why it's like, okay, this is the new media. This podcast is the new media. Okay, well, let's just throw one of ours in here real quick and let's see what she can really do. And it happened that
catch fire.
How do you have people like Drake and Yachty and all these cats off the rip? Like that's unheard of. But especially for us,
to me saying, why can't Marco get them interviews?
Bam.
Like, Marco been doing this and has a reputation now and can basically be called a journalist for the amount of interviews he has done. And how can Bobby whatever I
be wondering that same
jump
shit.
straight
like, what are
to
you rich already?
Like
your family,
like if you got enough money to pay
Drake or something,
you know, like, because best believe Yachty and Drake got paid. One way or another. I don't know how much, but that time cost somebody something.
All these folks, Drake don't come laughing. OVO don't come out and
Champagne Poppy ain't finna pop off like that, man, just to be, you know, this wasn't no promo gag for him
at all.
But y'all see, they snatched that one down. They snatched that down. So there's some
they snatched that down. Yeah, something happened between his team and theirs, because, you know, they had some.
Wasn't he flirting with her or something like that?
Yeah, I don't, you know, Drake, in my opinion.
But that's
Drake.
It's awkward on this space. So I'm gonna play into this.
Put the pressure on.
Yeah, what's happening?
In my opinion, Drake put the pressure on her to the point where she got uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It kind of, because, you know, Drake will probably tap her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna, you know.
You're a part of my collection.
Yeah, you know, you just one more. Yeah, so she probably felt that pressure, that real pressure.
Real life, man. Who do that type of shit,
he made a necklace out of engagement rings, man.
Who did that?
Drake. Yeah, that boy.
Boy, come get off the mic with that yawning. Hey, boy, you can tell when a nigga had a long night. Goddamn.
I went to sleep about 3 o'clock last night.
See what I told you? Goddamn, these long nights, man. Speaking of long nights, and we still on these females, man. Y'all heard about the Lotto situation?
Oh yeah, she lost her purse in the strip club.
She didn't lose it.
Her purse got stole. I'm sorry, and she took her money back from the strip club.
But she got her shit back though.
She got a wallet.
It was a wallet. It was a wallet. But the thing is, the chick who, and this gonna lead off into something bigger. The chick who went out and said, well, she took the money, this, that, and the third. Lotto then turned around, had a studio session, invited damn near all the strippers that was there to the studio, made it rain on them again, just in response to that. And then old girl gets back online and says, well, the other chick who told me, she confirmed it, so she didn't have quote unquote first hand knowledge in the first place. She just spoke on it because her friend, bestie, whoever the hell said yes, this was what it was. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Do we have to put everything online that we don't even know and try to stand on it?
Once again, what you say the other day, if you don't post it, you wasn't there, it didn't happen. You see what I'm saying? And like,
social media has become so integral that people's thoughts are no longer contained to their heads.
Yep.
Real spill.
You have
that's a dangerous something when you don't have all the information or at least first hand knowledge of that, and then say, well, yeah, this would happen and this would happen. Oh, okay.
I mean, but honestly, how many times do we see that happen though? Like, this was a situation with a celebrity, but I mean, in your real life, take away celebrities, and anybody watching this right now can attest to that too. How many times have you ran up on a situation where that age-old saying from a kid, if you tell the story to 10 people, by the time it make it to the 10th person, it's a whole different story.
Yes.
So that happens in a regular thing, like, you know, it being secondhand knowledge and you not being the person who actually physically saw it.
Yeah.
And then tell it, you gonna put your spin on it, you know, or your little few words less.
Now she catching all extra. the backlash.
And now but you know what she did though? Like my grandmama said, don't put yourself in that business, and you won't be a part of that business. And you walked out there and asked for that smoke, and then they start giving you all the smoke, and now you don't want to smoke. Now you're a non-smoker. I'm gonna need you to remember that when you put that up, you put up a smoking section sign.
So she did end up giving them back some money though. Yeah. With the studio session, I ain't hear about that. I ain't see that.
Evidently, it's that plus. Goddamn, she was turned up.
Why didn't we see that like we seen the bad?
The bad part.
Because that's what the media
did. They feed us tragedy, so we think we in all types of
things. I ain't see her come back and fix that.
See, because the irony behind that is it wouldn't have got as many views and likes as the negative part, which is why the algorithm doesn't want to put it in the face.
But at the same time, outside of the algorithm, she turned up, got him in the studio. Old girl had to come back. Now that clip is going around again where she's trying to stand on the shit. Where I was told, that's how I was told by. Okay, you were told by somebody else, baby. So you just X yourself out. You just disqualified yourself, saying,
"I wouldn't." Please,
thank you. At the ass end of the day,
you are not the real Slim Shady. So you cannot stand up. Please sit down.
Drake was in that motherfucker with a pill full of
That man had a quarter ticket, goddamn, just casually chunking.
You ain't see it? Nah. Nigga had a big basket full of money in a Magic
quarter
City.
ticket.
What kind of basket?
No, they was in the.
It was like a plastic pill, like it was like a square,
like a laundry basket,
kind of, but solid.
So let me get this right.
A tub.
So he had what most people do not see in a lifetime in something that costs $10.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Tell me about being convenient,
man.
And he was just throwing that shit so
casually,
At the same time, bro, when you at that place and going back into what we were talking about earlier with the sports and stuff, Drake is a big sports bettor. If he don't touch none of his music money, the money that we know that he's made off of that, right? That's literally pocket change. A quarter ticket.
I'm gonna fuck y'all up though, nigga. The club will give you that.
Yeah.
They'll bring all the ones that they got back there already. Let the celebrity throw it just so to go viral for promo for their club,
and then sweep all the ones back
50,000, 100,000. You see what I'm saying? They'll do that, but the celebrity also got to come in with some bread. You know what I'm saying? Because the stripper's gonna feel like, you know, he ain't throw nothing but shit. 10,000 of his money, 50,000 of the club. Now you done went viral. Look like you done threw fucking 75,000 in the club or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just really the club, man.
Yeah, but
I heard him say that before.
No, that is a thing. But at this point, we know Drake is king.
No, I don't know nothing.
He is.
I don't know nothing. That could have been 125 of the club money, 125 of his shit.
Even that.
Why was it in the tub?
Even that still.
Why was it in the tub? You ain't gonna bring it in the club in the
Right.
tub.
That's what my thought was.
You was not gonna bring that no $250,000
But again, we got my people. Hey, I'm coming through this because y'all think it's A3C weekend at the same time.
I'm not carrying 250 in the tub in the truck nowhere, bro.
You're not carrying
that, but I'm in some type of safe.
I'm coming through.
Yeah, but now if he called
I'm putting in the order
to tell them that right now, I'm gonna keep this in mind right now. We done all four of us have been into a gentleman's club, and they do keep a bunch of ones on hand, right?
Yeah.
But now if he in the club, you got he was either advertised or he just popped up. You got other people in the club. If he took all they ones, where the rest of the ones they was at for any other person?
Even if he just pop up. You know how quick social media work?
I mean, you know how many ones, like I have been to a club where it made a point where it took about 2 hours before they was giving out some more ones because they had to round up some ones to recirculate them ones. Like $250,000 in ones is a lot.
That's a bank call.
Ones.
That's a bank call.
That's a lot of ones. Where the rest of the ones come from at all for any amount of time?
Now I know a couple of the owners out there in the A. Now back when I first popped up out there, I was doing shout out Platinum 21. I was doing some flower photos, videos, and the whole nine. Shout out to all my girls who was on my camera. But I was there when they made a call like that for like I think it was like 60,000 at Kamal's and stuff like that. So I know they will make those calls if they having X people coming up in there, you know what I'm talking about. Now 60 piece, that sounds kind of a regular night type shit. A quarter ticket.
But all right, so if I'm the club owner, you Drake, we talked prior. He's coming Saturday, we talked Friday. All right, I'm gonna call the bank. I'm gonna match your 125. I'm gonna go get a 125 out of the bank. We're gonna put 250 up. You throw it out and everybody talking about my.
I mean, yeah, that is definitely a thing. But
I'm just saying it's not that hard to get the money.
I can see that being feasible, but what I don't see is that even if you do that, man, you have soaked up a lot of money, a lot of ones. Yeah.
You gonna need that. You gonna need at least just say on the average.
No, I'm talking about getting it from the bank.
Even then, though, you still got Drake here. You got people coming in 1,001 left and right.
Hell,
that add up.
If not, goddamn, you gonna have some of the street niggas in there.
They got it,
I need another team. I need a team.
Not the bank. Some motherfucking clubs rich, bro.
I mean, it ain't that the clubs is rich. It's accessibility.
And that's it right.
That's what I'm talking about.
What you need, man. Like, you don't think people pulling up with money either?
Look, but they got
money. They ain't got no ones.
That's my point. Right. That's all I'm saying is about the ones. Like, you have to have. We gotta keep it in consideration. $250,000 worth of ones is a lot of weight. That's a lot of poundage by weight.
I don't know if it was all ones.
Well, now we're talking different. You're talking different. But now
that gets small. That
now,
big ass tub. That shit got small. If you talk about 120s, 50s,
because 125,000 in hundreds ain't much more than two of my hands. You know, like, but now if you bust that down in the 20s, it probably
going hundreds at the strip club.
Hey, I mean, Champagne Poppy doing something. My logic is all based off of ones, and the only thing I was thinking is, you selfish motherfucker. You selfish bastard. If anybody else wanted to do anything, you just restricted them to 5s, 10s, and 20s. You know, ain't nobody trying to give out no $20 lap dance every time they wanted to get a lap dance. That's tough, man. You just hurt somebody's feelings.
Eyes lit up when they seen Drake come in that bitch.
Every time.
Drake, you girl.
Look, them girls' ancestors started dancing when he got up in there.
All the strippers.
What they said on Player Club, girl, they got money out here.
It was a red alert. It was a red alert.
Man,
that's crazy.
Look, talking about some money, man. Y'all know in inflation time and everything, bro. Girl Scout cookies have went up. Y'all know I'm a foodie guy there. Yeah. Girl Scout cookies have went up to $6 a box.
Jeez, I'm red, man.
$6 a box for the. Come on, man.
They used to be like $3,
$6,
$4 or something like that
for some thin month. Yeah, they were $3-4.
Yeah, something like
they done popped up to $6 probably to adjust for inflation.
You know, it's hard when the Girl Scouts got to get theirs too, right?
Well, everybody.
Have you seen the bakeries?
Huh?
Have you seen the Oreo cookie thing?
What Oreos?
They got a square Oreo cookie pack like this. It's the you know how it used to be long like this?
Yeah.
It's square and they still charging the same price. Square,
yeah.
just like this.
Nah,
They still charging the like $350.
Like $350 for
And it's square. It's like half of.
But hold on. Now I know like the big y'all know we throwback. I know the big 60s and stuff like that. They was the big long packs and stuff. Oreos was a decent pack, but it was always semi kind of squarish.
No, it wasn't squarish. It was a rectangle.
That's why I say semi. I say
it's
semi.
a square now. That's what I'm
It's a
trying to tell you.
but-
They shortened the rectangle down to an actual square.
But hold on.
We all know how cutting corners make you some money.
How many cookies was up in there though? That would be the offset.
It's the same size.
Because you got to think packaging plays a part of that. Even if we do a square,
listen, it's the same width. It's just shorter, so you can't put the same amount of cookies in there.
I don't know about that because again,
How?
Did you put another roll?
by packaging
How
of
though?
Nah.
Listen, if it's the same width,
I feel what you're saying.
if it's the same width, and I shorten it down,
It's not.
the rolls are the same, like they're in the same style and everything.
You just took some
and I just
some
shortened the rolls down.
down.
Where am I gonna put the?
now again, all the cookies the same size.
The cookies the same exact size.
That's the offset though.
Cookies same exact size.
You know what? One of these days we need to go.
Yeah,
get
we
some.
need to do that.
Yeah, I want to do
connoisseur.
that. I want to do that.
Try to find some.
Hey, I'm the cookie monster now.
I want to do that. I want to see what happened. I want to see if the big pack of cookies are the same size as the smaller pack of cookies, because you know they hustling us. So I'm with Heartbeatz. I'm like, they scamming us. Like, and I want to know.
The thing is, it might be 75 cents cheaper or something. But you probably getting 20 less cookies.
But think of the millions of people who eat Oreos. So that 75 cents goes a long way when you hustling on that kind of level. Right. Like when them coins add up quick.
And they did the same thing with the candy bars that you sell at school. You seen them?
What?
Nah.
You know the little dollar, the world's finest.
Yeah.
Chocolate. The candy bar super small now. Like
so they're not big like they used to be.
Hell no, they super thin and short.
I ain't gonna lie, I ate all mine. I ain't even sell none. I mean,
I ate too much like the chocolate was but
I don't know why I say the world's finest. Like who gave them the patent?
But you know what? That goes on a kind of a world class chocolate maker when they do the testing of all those type things. You know,
is it the way it's made that makes it work?
You know what I'm talking about?
How do they get that deal?
And
it's been this long.
That company,
company, the Girl Scout, and then you can't find this stuff nowhere else. They don't even give a fuck about it being nowhere.
Hey, you know what they remind me of? That episode on the Boondocks.
Just in school.
Yeah, that's the only place you find it. Just like the episode on Boondocks with Riley.
It's like they set for life. Like in school,
they locked in. Yeah, they locked in forever.
But that's an exclusivity.
Yeah,
I don't fucking
exclusivity.
Exclusivity. There you go. I know I'll tear that word up. But you gonna pay for that. If you can't get it nowhere else, you can only get it but this one spot. You gonna pay for that. And offset of that. That's kind of
they got that deal, bro. Like,
who did they talk to?
You know how much money they make off candy bars?
That's got to be like somebody that talked to the higher ups, like not just state level, but like federal level.
Like, nigga, we'll supply your candy bars forever.
Right. But what was the give off? Like, what was the give off to start this?
Right.
Like, who put you in that position to be able to? Because that's perpetual. Like Harvey said, that's perpetual.
Every year.
That's every year.
Every year we're gonna eat the same time of year.
I mean, they take their little losses on people like us, but outside of us, there's more people selling them.
What?
It's more kids gonna eat them.
More kids doing the right thing. By the way, do the right thing, kids. Y'all do not do the wrong thing. Do the right thing, kids.
If you sell like more than everybody else, they reward you.
I think they needed to change the incentives for the rewards. I don't know what the rewards are, but the reward incentive was not enough for me to even want to sell them. Like, it was
maybe
like
their candy is
so much.
If their candy was for certain things in the public system, like let's say we know every year we need to raise this much money for desks across the, you know what I'm saying? So we just sell for candy bar. But what is this money even going to? Like, I don't understand what the.
It's going to the chocolate company.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is the deal that they got? That's what I'm saying. Like, you feel me?
And it's millions of kids
always wanted that.
Chocolate.
And the same thing with the Girl Scout cookies. Like, is Girl Scouts a thing to be able to sell cookies each year?
And then you know
what
how competitive, we get, right? You know I'm trying to beat your kid out with my cookies and my chocolate, right? So you know I got everybody I know that's on this chocolate, right? Like I'm taking it everywhere.
Man, look, we had one
barbershop.
Last year, one of your partners popped up here. He had the whole trunk full of every kind of goddamn, every kind of Girl Scout cookie. Selling it for his daughter.
I still ain't got my goddamn thin mint.
That's crazy.
Man. The shortbread. It was the shortbread.
The shortbread, that's what it was. But you know what? They are expanding because you can get it's the Girl Scout cookie. I want to say it's like crumble or something like that in Walmart now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's some like a additive something, but it's not the actual cookies.
I'm about to do a little research of why do they say these.
Speaking of crumble, have y'all tried crumble cookies?
Yes, they are crumble cakes. They are too big.
It's like sugar cookies. Them
some bitches is good, but
give me insomnia.
Hey, let's give insomnia a hand clap.
Because they not as thick, but I've had like I think they raspberry short joint is off the chain. The strawberry joint.
Do they have a regular rotation? Because I went and they were swapping them out.
Right. It was only one time I went and I got 3 different joints and all of them was busting.
I might need to go back because I went when they had their opening and they only had like maybe 4 or 5 flavors.
Okay,
they definitely about having them in rotation.
They definitely got some. And I had the cookies and cream joint. You know what I'm talking about? They were busting.
The ones I had tasted like sugar cookies with stuff on top of them, and I don't like sugar cookies, so it did me the wrong way.
Say that.
Today is the cookie playground.
Yeah, the sweet playground.
The sweet play.
You feel me?
Real.
Now on the flip of all of that, you know what I'm talking about. We got to take to the street for real. Keefe D.
Oh yeah.
One of the last 2 people that have that was around and have been stamped for the Tupac murder.
Yep.
Has been arrested.
Yeah.
What is y'all thoughts on this one right here? Because we are 26 years later, and this man is about to go to jail.
Why now?
What happened?
I heard they found a gun in his house, or did they find the gun on him then and just not charge him now?
I don't know.
Why would you still have Tupac's murder weapon in your house 26
But
years
see,
later? If that's
what happened.
Here's what even bigger. He's been on 2 minute since 2018. He's been on anybody who pretty much had a bag for him. He was going on their shit talking about this was going on. Now I come to find out he did a proffer. If y'all don't know what a proffer is, it's just a basic statement saying y'all can come in. We're gonna write this down. Anything said about whatever I tell you to get to something bigger, y'all can't use this against me in a court of law.
Right.
So, but the flip side of that is you can only go for what this particular said. If you add some shit on this side over here, that's fair game. So whatever he's been left and right with,
and he done said something that opened that door.
Now we know this. There have been too many documentaries about because everybody that was even involved in the fight, damn near they dead. People is in jail. You know, I'm talking about very few was in jail, but for the most part, everybody did. So he's thinking probably there's no statute for that. I could blame somebody. And then for the most part, we know his nephew, I believe that's his nephew, Baby Lane, he was the one who shot him.
Right.
So everybody, that's kind of stamped in. You know what I'm talking about? But you saying you gave him the gun. Mm-hmm. So after all these years, why would you still have, going to your point, why would you still have that on deck, right, or bullets or anything that can remotely tie you into
like,
that?
What is you
right
trying
there?
To prove?
You feel me?
Like, that's us.
But why talk about this so much? I get it for the baby that goes back into the social media, goddamn
money.
Why?
I don't know, man. That seemed like something.
Why do you rap about murders on songs that you actually did?
Yeah, I guess
I trying to prove his point, prove it.
I mean, but do you know the kind of nuts you gotta have to keep going in front of a possible millions of people talking about something? If you say 2 words the wrong way in any direction, you could end up damning yourself.
That sounds like my household.
Let's keep it real. The feds will watch your ass for 10, 20 years and build this case.
So as we know, the feds conviction rate.
Come on now.
And it's that high for a reason. They don't start a case unless they're going to end that case.
They play the long game.
The extreme long game.
This is chess for them, while whoever they dealing with is not even playing checkers. They playing.
Now I seen something that was in the space of, okay, with all this going on, Pac is in the Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now is inducting in Vegas now. Right. So there's some additive piece on that to say, okay, let's close this out on top of that. This is just added stuff that's going on to the story. It's so many twists and turns behind this, man. Like, but again, why now? Why now?
I think they wanted to close the door on this too. Because with him still running his mouth, it might have been some information that they have suppressed that we might not find out about, that was gonna come out, that was gonna make other people a part of the crucible. Because you got to think it had to be some kind of legal information that was spared, shared, or something like that.
Omitted.
That needs to be kept
years later, though, bro. But like, y'all couldn't figure this out within 2, 4, 6, 8.
Well, see, there's no statute of limitations on somebody either having the murder or.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, by now, shit, motherfuckers live their best life. You know what I'm saying?
You know, what if he was gonna say something that was gonna be along the lines of some DA or some judge or something help them do something?
Yeah, well, higher up then.
It's better to keep him out the way if he gonna keep saying and doing than it is to let him just out here willy-nilly.
Now I know I think the last set of interviews he did was like Vlad, you know what I'm talking about. So you know Vlad gonna get it out you.
Vlad gonna ask you the same question 8 times, 8 ways.
and you gonna give him 8 different answers there.
He gonna figure it out and
you know what I'm talking about. So all those little pieces you done threw in. Plus I didn't even realize he was on the BET goddamn documentary. So damn Vlad, you on BET talking the same talk.
I ain't never watched one of his interviews.
Man, you know how big of it. I just keep, every time you say that, I'm like, bro, you got gigantic. I mean, like, this is the reach that this thing has, and you just out here free speeching it.
We're talking about somebody who has so much impact that they are legit college courses on his poetry.
Yeah.
And you out college here just free.
We're talking college. We're talking college. Courses. We ain't talking about no bullshit JUCO shit.
Right.
Real life courses on multiple campuses about this man's life, the way his lyrics are, and we're still talking about Pac in the way like goddamn like shit, he's sitting right here right now type
right shit. Like he just dropped the album last year.
You feel me? Like
more relevant than some rappers that done dropped in the past 3 years.
Come on now.
You know that brings a different meaning to important and relevant, because after 26 years, like you said, of not dropping live music.
But let me ask you this: I think our generation might be the last ones to bring up Pac like this, though.
Nah,
because my kid don't never mention Tupac.
Maybe
I think you're right.
Not in the way that
my kid don't never mention Tupac. Like she knows who he is, but they don't hop in the car.
But that's a new young female. Yeah. You still got some of these old young niggas who still reference Pac, and especially West Coast.
But it's getting thinner.
Especially West Coast.
It's thinning out, man. It is thinning out. I will say that, you know, with if it's not
because like we still holding on to this name, right. But I think it don't matter to as much to our kids.
You got to consider if this generation
hip hop heads out there, though.
And that's the key right there.
And he will never disappear, right?
Nah,
but he won't be at the forefront of the conversation of comparison to music in the next generation or two, because the next generation won't be playing the same stuff we playing. It'll really be classic then. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think if nothing else, and again, that's what I say, on that West Coast, California love will never go. That is ingrained in the soil of the West Coast, period. You know what I'm talking about? So that will never go. Dr. Dre is already a hip hop staple. So those with those two right there, those will never go. those are synonymous with each other. That will never go anywhere. So with this coming to a close now, to your point, this might be, if they close this off, now this might be the shift to say, okay, now he's over icon. Now we're studying him, and it's kind of in that space. You know what I'm talking about? The music is still going to be classic and timeless at this point. But right now, you can pop in All Eyes on Me, and it sounds
I ain't heard nobody drop no music like Pac since Pac. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, the ability to be aggressive, tell a story, and then still make you feel what he trying to say, all in the same.
Like it just ain't. You know, he don't be on all the flashy shit all the time. Like he be saying some real life, like what you go through in real life,
like real facts, not something that you gotta pay somebody to make you look like. Shoot a video,
shoot them up, bang all the time.
But again, that's where we're at now. Back then, that you gotta think we talking about early 90s up until 96. Because honestly, Pac had a 5-6 year run.
Right, I know.
That was his run. Now, if you want to include, for my real hip hop heads, if y'all want to include the Digital Underground days, you know what I'm talking about?
He was in the background.
You know what I'm talking about? But again, same song when he came out with Digital Underground, and that again, classic. These are ingrained West Coast records. These are ingrained national records, because you can still play that right now at the
people
old school,
know exactly what it
and
is.
they own it. You feel me?
Crazy.
Like somebody like Pac, it's fucked up at this point, but if Keefy got to goddamn go down for this shit to be, for that chapter to be closed,
for this to be over with.
I mean, shit.
So they ain't never arrested a shooter.
Everybody got killed within the next 4 or 5 years type deal. Everybody was getting picked off. I ain't gonna say picked off, but everybody was dying one at a time. Everybody got shot for the most part. The only nigga who's in jail behind that, Sugar's in jail, but that's for a whole different goddamn murder.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with
you know
that.
what I'm talking about? Nothing to do with that. But
with his truck.
You feel me? Goddamn. But everybody else then got killed. So, and there's one other person they name undisclosed at this moment, but there's only one other person outside of Keefy that's alive.
Right.
That was with that shit. You gotta think that was a brawl with everybody. So that we talking about multiple bodies.
Oh yeah.
Big multiple bodies.
Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of bags.
You know what I'm talking about?
Even
hold on, we're gonna take a quick pause. Hold on, y'all. And we're back. We had to take a quick intermission real quick, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. I like I say, man, just I hope this can bring all this to a close, you know what I'm talking about, and it's a wrap, you feel me? RIP, I'm about to say RIP Pimp, you feel me? But RIP Pac, you know what I'm talking about?
I pulled up that when Pimp C was on that 14-minute long conversation with Hot 97 in Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
That shit, if you go back and listen to it now, that shit was funny, bro.
Yeah, he was on it.
Bro, he was on his shit.
He was on boys, man. But even continuing into that Pac situation and kind of how things running right now, what is y'all thought process? Everybody right now is in a space of selling catalogs. Everybody's selling catalogs right now. You know what I'm talking about? What's your thoughts on that, man?
Man,
shit, if you need the money,
that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't see the point in selling your catalog unless you financially in a pace where you need that money.
Yeah, see, a lot of people spend all their money while they're making it.
Yeah, like
you know
if you laid back and played your cards right, I mean, 40
financial
million,
literacy,
200 million.
But the thing is, all right, check this out. Now let me give you this perspective. All right, let's say you can get 100 million for your catalog, right?
Right.
But your whole music career, you've only been a $5 to $10 million guy because you got bills. You can't really stack too much more than that.
You can lay down behind that.
$100 million, right? And you able to get your shit back after how long? Took 30 years.
Now see, that's the offset of it. Yeah. Some of these are put in place for a 8-year, a 10-year, a 30 year.
All right, so let's say the max 30 years, right? So let's say from an artist that went from 20 years old to 35 years old, I had a good career for them 15 years, but I spent a lot of money, right? So I'm only walking away out the game with probably like $5 or $10 million to my name,
right?
why would you not take the 30-year deal, get you $100 million for your catalog? You go experience what $100 million lifestyle feel like at 35 to 60.
Shit,
you see what I'm saying? After them 25 years, you get your catalog back at 60 and pass it down to your kids. You see what I'm
gotta
saying?
pay to get your catalog back, or they just give it back?
Now, see,
come back.
the way these deals are being structured out now, they're selling either a portion of it, a portion of that, and then you only getting it for the longest term I've heard of so far was Future's term, and that's a 10-year span.
Right.
So
ain't bad.
So if I'm quote unquote buying into or renting, if you will, your catalog for $50 million or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, for 10 years, and then you only getting the section, because everybody's not selling their entire catalog. Let's get that out of here too. Everybody's not selling the entire. They're selling portions. They're selling albums. They're selling, you know what I'm talking about.
So to break it down, basically, people are selling their hit songs or renting is the better way to put it. Because if you say sell, you think you're not gonna get it back. Which is why you would assume the other way around. But essentially, you're renting your catalog out for 10 years. The people who are renting it get complete 100% of the money
while they have it.
While they own it. Basically owning your masters for 10 years. And then you get your masters back with essentially nothing to be done other than the time elapse.
Either you can resell it or get back to collecting.
Having said that, to me, yes I will. Yes, absolutely I will. I mean, for like he said, for $100 million, and if you made 15 to 20 mil in your career over the course of 15 years or so, right? And you'd have made the studio if you are with a label, because I mean, going independent means you gonna keep making money. But if you with a label and you'd have made your label $200 million or something like that or more, because you're not gonna see their books, but let's just assume that you made them about $200 million, and they fine with letting you go because they do like trapping you if you don't make enough money for them. So now they let you go, and you don't got, like you said, Beats say you got $5 million, either liquid or physical, and you want to sell your catalog to somebody who is gonna make their $100 million back in them 10 years, but you only got 5, and they about to give you 100 to rent something that you gonna still hear, and you made money off of. That's like paying me a whole bunch of money for something twice. I got paid while I was doing it, and then I got paid at the back end too. Like I like that hustle right there.
Now the flip is, like I said, we just saying 100. There's only been about what 2
or 3
catalogs that's been like that. Everything else roughly
50 to 75.
So that means the more effort you put into your career while your career is popping, and the more hits you have, the more this is like a rapper's 401k.
Per se.
Like, if you think about it, like the hotter you go, the harder you work, the more you do, the more opportunity you may have of somebody wanting to come rent your catalog later on in your career or by the end of your career. I mean, especially if you own the masters. Now, if you don't own the masters, that's a different bag of things to deal with.
What y'all think about it?
You publishing there.
Let's curtail it down into more of a realistic situation. Boosie and Money Man say they're gonna say they've been offered, and Boosie talking about actually going.
Boosie was talking about going.
Now Boosie said 10 to 20 million. Money Man said a hot 40.
Yeah, Money said 40.
Do y'all really think Boosie catalog is worth less than Money Man's catalog?
Depending on what part.
I was about to say, what part is it? The whole?
The part that Boosie owns, because I'm pretty sure Trill owns all the rest of them.
The hits,
the mega hits. I'm pretty sure Trill owns all them bitches.
He said it's his independent album, but look at Money Man. Money Man is another independent artist.
But ain't nobody listen to Boosie like as a whole, like they was back then. You see what I'm saying? Like if Boosie drop an album right now.
I was about to say, the difference being which songs.
If Money Man drop an album right now, he's probably gonna do better than Boosie.
I was gonna say he got that cult following because he be talking that crypto shit.
But again, look, we can't talk about cult followings.
In the South, that's in the South too. You know, in the South, Boosie rule in the South.
You feel me?
But you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about the whole demographic. You feel me? Of the whole United States.
I don't see Money Man as being no 25 though.
40.
Yeah, 40.
If Boosie gonna sell albums and stuff, his independent stuff for 10 to 20, Money Man, I would see you at least into a 10 to 15 at a max.
Right.
Let me tell it, at a max.
How many songs we talking about in these?
I was finna say it, but then that's what I was about to say, because, Money Man got a gang of fucking songs.
So, yeah, if
he got
we
a
talking
gang
about
of songs.
But how many projects, though? You got to think about that. He might have 8.
He probably done dropped like 8 projects this year.
Money Man?
At least 3. At least 3 or 4.
Yeah, since he's been with Empire, it's been, I think,
he been dropping at least every other 2 months. Every other 2 months.
So, but those are singles. I'm talking about the full wham, the full album, the full mixtapes. You feel me?
But we leaving out the equation on one thing: what hit records does he got?
He only has quote unquote 1 hit record right now. That's the 24 record with Lil Baby. That's I believe that's double platinum right now.
I don't think he got.
Is he double or
you need hit records, bro, to get them big checks like that, man. Not just a bunch of songs.
Now Boosie
with a couple 100,000
got some smackers.
He got some M's on him though.
But Boosie smackers fall under Trills.
But do they fall under Trills?
Now that's where I guess that's one of those debates for when more details are available, because if you know which songs we talking about, then I can accurately answer that for you. But because we don't know if he talking about his catalog that he got from his independent status, or his catalog in totality with anything that he has ever been associated with. Like we said, obviously Trill owns some of those songs. You don't have the rights to sell those songs, so it does make a difference. I don't know if it's a difference in quality over quantity, because Money Man got the quantity for sure,
right?
But Boosie probably got the more quality hit catalog.
And then it depends on who you negotiating with. Remember we talked about sponsorship the other day.
Yeah.
You might have somebody who got, they got a plan and got a crazy sync plan or something, you know what I'm saying?
Because the backdoor deals make a big difference in
if
what
I already know what I can make off you, know what I'm saying? I give you a nice little chunk. You know what I'm saying?
Because I already know what I'm gonna get.
I know what I'm finna get.
Yeah, so what you want, as long as what you want falls under a certain number.
Yeah, I don't know about,
I don't know about boosting those 20 million either for your.
But I ain't gonna lie though, bro. Money Man don't be capping, bro. I be following him on X, Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
What does capping mean?
Lying.
So you mean to tell me Money Man doesn't lie?
I mean,
is that what you just told me?
No.
You just told me Money Man don't lie.
Everybody lie.
All right, then, that's all I want to say.
Everybody lie.
That's all I want to hear.
But I be following the man about crypto advice. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna. He be on the game. So I don't see why.
But you know what? The financial side of it and the music side, that's kind of two separate worlds at the same time.
Because the music side, you got to cap a little bit.
Yeah, you got to cap a little bit.
The other one, you have to tell the truth and be transparent, or else you're not gonna be able to get people to follow you. You see what I'm saying?
Or the IRS is
the music.
Find you.
You got the music. You got the cap.
Be out here giving financial advice.
Yeah, you gotta be real.
You ain't no financial advice.
I'm not saying I don't think Money Man is worth 40 million. Like as far as like his talent, his craft. You know what I'm saying, like that. But I just
don't think
it's just a little far fetched for me to see a company saying he'll go 40 million. With what you got right now.
For me to think about it, in my mind, I got to make that money back. And I don't see me taking Money Man's catalog on a national level and getting back $40 million.
But here's the thing. All this catalog selling is to basically leverage, because if you don't know how to leverage your stuff into movies, into television, film, and stuff like that, even having that bigger catalog with all them hits and stuff.
Backdoor deals I was talking about.
He just said the main thing domestically. We thinking domestically. Yeah. We gotta think internationally.
Yeah.
We gotta forget about China and
y'all think Europe. Be cool with like not having no hits?
If I let me tell you from this point, and I play literally all positions. If I'm making just on the BS, if I'm making 50 grand a month type deal off just off of my music alone type deal, I personally could live like that. I would think a person that could make that type of money.
Now check this out. Would you feel like that if you then came out with a hit first and you were damn near making $50,000 2 and 3 times per weekend off of this hit and your streaming money?
Now let's put it in a
now would you feel like, man, would you feel like I could live with this $50,000 a month if you done came out with a hit and you done got 2-3 million in 1 month?
If I didn't get financial advice and wasn't financial literate, no. But if I did get financial, if somebody set me down and told me, all right, bro,
I'm not saying you can't live off.
No,
of it. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, listen.
I'm saying myself as an artist, mentally.
Listen, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you.
I feel like I want me a hit.
That's what I'm saying.
Life was a lot more better when I did this. You see what I'm saying? And I had me a hit. And so I don't just see no artist being like, I'm just gonna record something. Man, that niggas want them bitches to be hits, bro. Every time, bro.
Everyone. So
because they know what a hit brings.
I'll give you this. There's this one guy who went viral who said basically he's making 70 bands a month off of his streaming. And he's using bots and some more shit.
I seen it, dude.
So if you're in that space, because you got to think nowadays, I see where you at, but I think that's more of an older artist, or more of an established person.
I'm talking about somebody like Chopper.
Again, that's an older.
Chopper Style came out. He had that single. He toured the world. He bought whatever he wanted to buy. He did whatever he wanted to do. But then you don't have that follow up single. Yeah, you can put out Y'all Better Not Fight in this video. You can put out, you know what I'm saying? But
it ain't the
you
same,
want a hit record, bro. You're not just gonna want to keep on putting out these songs that's cool around this little, area.
But hold on, though.
Because you dropping it.
Let's throw into the mix of it. A one-hit wonder is stood on that, but that terminology is for that. You got that one hit,
but I don't think Money Man a one-hit wonder. I think he's going in the studio recording these crypto songs and stuff like that to feed his cult. I don't think he's going in there trying to create a hit. He ain't linking up with these hit makers, with these hit hooks, with these hit goddamn beats. He's doing his own thing and feeding his own.
But that's independent though. That's independent opposed to a major situation.
No, he from being a mainstream artist to an independent businessman.
Right.
So now think about it from the perspective of what you're talking about. Now we're calling him an artist,
right?
But if in reality, if I take what you just told me and put it in facts, he's not a real artist as much as he is a legitimate businessman.
Businessman, say that.
And he's gonna do whatever he got to do to continue the business empire that is Money Man. So if that means I need to not make as many national and international hits, but I'm gonna put out a bunch of these peon songs in between. If I do get to these hits, one of these take fire, I'm still making that bag. And I'm making more of a bag because I'm giving these people who follow me pieces of what they want in this music.
You're not making more of a bag than hit singles, bro.
Well, I'm in his
not even
mind.
Close.
You got to consider how he's thinking about
close.
it.
Especially if he was independent with a hit single.
Oh yeah, he get all of his money.
Look what his singles get you. His singles get you like Diddy, like motherfucking Birdman, like Dr. Dre. These niggas had hits, bro. Lifelong hits, bro. That's gonna get played from now to the end of fucking time, bro.
Maybe he's searching.
They's not gonna play these.
Got there yet. Some people never get there.
Yes, he did with the Baby song.
That's one song.
He put all the pieces together.
Oh well, he gotta find.
He did it right that time.
I feel like it was just timing because
he ain't doing that no more right now. He just kind of
stars ain't aligned.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying it was just
all that. All of this is subjective.
You better be lucky and good. You know,
sometimes.
And I'm just using Money Man
as an example. Right.
I'm talking when I say Money Man, I'm talking about
any artist
that's kind of just stuck in this.
But
to me, JD Young was at one time. He came out with 23 Island, big hit song, and then just started doing little gangster songs because that's the songs that, you know what I'm saying, that people were playing around here. They don't get 1 or 2 million views.
Not national
But you're not coming back and saying, what did we do to create this? Like, let's try this 100 times. You see what I'm saying? Instead of once and then go to 100 of these songs. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's try this 100 times and see how many of these bitches we can get to. You know what I'm saying?
Take off versus going and doing something different.
Bro didn't hardly even want to do no female songs, bro. Like he did them every now and again, but I'm saying like this your biggest song, bro. 200, almost 300 million views. I'm gonna at least do that a few more times. That's all I'm saying.
At least give it a shot.
Like I say,
that's all I'm saying.
That's the beauty and the funkiness of the music industry. It's all subjective. Everybody's
because
creative
how
space,
somebody else feel about it and how they think about it might be a whole different vibe and thought process. Like I'm more out of the artist mind state. I've never really been in the artist mind state. I'm in the management, in the background. So I'm always business. I don't really. I mean,
what makes
music,
business it?
Yeah, what makes music is fine. You know, structure and verses and all that. Y'all do that. That's great. I don't care. But me, I'm like contracts and venues and like everybody making sure what's happening, events, paperwork
is going down.
You know, that's me. I'm the one that like. So now, if you would have asked me, I prefer it to be business. I mean, yeah, if your music is great, if you got hits, right? Like as your manager, I want you to be successful and I want you to have hits. But if I can guarantee you that these other songs that may not be hits is still gonna pay you X amount of money a month, then I'm gonna let you pick. You pick. You know, like if you want to gung ho for these hits, let's do that because it's still gonna be worth it. But if you want to just pop off these mediocre songs because you know we're gonna make 50 bands a month and you okay with that, then I'm gonna find me another artist who may not be okay with that and want to do more. But I'm not gonna put the pressure on you to do that. Like we still getting this bag.
And ain't nobody putting the pressure on.
And at the ass end of the day, goddamn it, as long as you're feeding your family and you're comfortable with it, you know what I'm talking about. That's all that matters. You just gotta get to that point and figure out what's that number.
With a lot. Like some people
I'm only going back to my original question. I said, do y'all think artists be cool with not having hits?
I think so.
That's all.
In today's climate, a hit is very subjective because you can have a hit on TikTok and nobody fucking with it nowhere else, but it is huge over here. We remember SoundCloud. SoundCloud was huge over there, and it never
hit. It hit somewhere.
I think artists.
So again, that's why I said it's subjective.
Jada Young's hit was only on YouTube. It didn't hit on the radio. It wasn't.
So to say that all platforms are the equal as long as it pop off, if that's what you're saying.
Bro, you want to be in one of them for top 10 spots on these platforms.
But if you saying that, because I don't look at TikTok as the same platform as Instagram. No. I don't give them the same credit.
TikTok has their own billboard.
Yeah. I mean,
like the actual billboards.com. They got their own.
I mean, they done made enough money to make themselves an established and reputable company too. But you know, I guess I'm just of the older generation where I don't recognize TikTok as the same media platform as other media platforms. Like I feel like TikTok is more for fun and expression of self, not dedicated to music. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't go.
Shit, I'm gonna blow up on TikTok.
But I know that, and I get it, and I get it.
It's crazy.
I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I'm just saying from
I ain't never seen nobody get blown up off
IG or Facebook or nothing like that. I mean, I've seen it. We've seen it happen on all platforms, but I don't feel like the TikTok as itself is the same type of media platform that the other ones are because of how they push it, because of how they want it to be. And then, whether you know it or not, TikTok got a dark side. Yeah. They got a very dark side, bro. Like, and it is worse than the dark sides of Facebook and Instagram and the other
it's about
it's on the dark side.
I tell you what, we'll get into that. We'll get into that, because it's with X
like Twitter dark.
It's a dark side of TikTok. Like it's no dark side of Facebook outside of the groups. You know what I'm saying? Like it's everything, and even then, those are banned and guidelines. Blah blah blah. Right? Like it's just these media platforms. I mean, if they're gonna be a platform to do your thing, cool. And I know people get their pops on TikTok, and I know people break on them, but it's not because of TikTok. It's because somebody took it from TikTok and used it, and that's what made the break. The break may have been, it might have had 100,000 views on TikTok, but because it had 100,000 views, somebody like Taylor Swift saw it. She played it in the background of her video, TikTok or whatever, and now a million Swifties done played it, and now somebody else want, you know, so it's like a byproduct of having a lot of traction on that in particular thing. Because if you did that on any other social media platform, it might not happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just playing it in the background and saying it's not. But if you do it on TikTok, that's milk and gravy right there, baby. That's gonna happen.
My partner blew up off his intro. All you can hear him say is "Let's go, let's go." And the rest of it's just the intro, and the song end up
popping off.
Yeah, popping off.
Hey man,
that's crazy.
It is what it is. Shout out MDG, you know what I'm talking about.
Facts.
But man, we didn't had us a good one here today, man. Give me some social, man, so these folk can chop in with you.
And you can follow me on IG at ProMob_Broadway. You did.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The name is in the title, man. Yeager the Merch Man on all social.
Now you know you gotta spell that, nigga.
YEAGATHAMERCHMAN.
I do one more when I ain't talking.
One more time. Yeah, Yeager the Merch Man at all socials. Yeager the Merch Man at Gmail. Hit me up. You know, I do the custom clothes. I make clothes here, but I make clothes for myself independently. Get with me. I make my boy clothes.
Trays.
I make everything. Cups and trays. It's all kind of stuff we got in here.
Stickers.
He'll come build your store out.
You know.
For real though, for real.
Like I'm a jack of all trades, man. I get it in, tap
make everything
in
except them pool ball.
Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, you got me. You got me.
Man, y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all rock with us, man. At TM, the music, PP, the music playground, every which way. Shout out to everybody who listening in, who watching this. It is what it is. At Heartbeatz ENT at DJ Big House 228, man. This has been the Music Playground Podcast, and we up out this thing already.
Yes, sir.